Hey everybody, it's day 125 of the 222 days of push-ups. It's been a really busy last couple of days. We just did something that we call a coaching intensive. A lot of our full-time team, we had something very similar at West last week, and then in Ontario, all of our full-time team was actually spending time getting feedback from both each other as well as some of our, I'll say senior people as well as examiners on the skill of coaching. So it was a really cool couple of days on skill development, and one of the things that I've been just thinking a lot of just today and in general is just how perspective is reality. We saw a lot of different people in the field, worked with a lot of different full-time people, had and listened to a lot of different conversations, and perspective is reality. So two people can be looking at the exact same thing with two different perspectives, and whatever the perspective is that you're coming from is how you feel about it. It's real. You know, if you think about a customer that's been really pissed off with you that you didn't feel like was that big of a deal, that's two people looking at the exact same situation, coming at it from a different perspective. And I think the two main categories of perspective for me is positive and negative, or optimistic, I'll say, and pessimistic, however you want to say that. So the optimistic, you've talked a bit about it, can really quickly go into delusion, but when it's an optimistic perspective, that's somebody who's looking for the positive, who sees a better, let's say, or a better or promising future, where that negative really often gets caught in the micro. You know, optimistic people typically think about the macro and what you're trying to accomplish in the big picture. Negativity typically gets caught in the micro. And if you want to think about it as to whether or not where your perspective is, think about what's the monologue in your head, right? If you're cold calling, is it a "this sucks"? And you're not getting leads, is it a "this sucks"? If you're not at the goal that you want to be at, or where you are in your business, is it a "I suck"? Right? Is it that negativity? An optimistic person, when you're cold calling, starts looking for options and solutions and thinking about where they're going to go. Somebody's not at the business goal they wanted to be at, and they're an optimistic person. They're asking for help and looking at other options and talking to their coach, and it's thinking about the progressive and the bigger picture. And you know, again, it's really easy to be pessimistic. It's a lot easier to be pessimistic than optimistic. But as you look at where you're headed in your business and what you're doing, I would highly recommend you taking that optimistic side of the coin. It's it's tougher, and to me the best way to do that is to surround yourself with other optimistic people. If you think about the conversations you're having, especially in College Pro, you know, when you think about other people that are running their businesses, surrounding yourself and being in conversations with people that tend to be positive and optimistic and are hitting their goals, that's going to send you in that same direction. Surrounding yourself with people that are negative or pessimistic about why things are happening in their business is going to do nothing but build momentum, I'd say, on either side of that. So again, I think about it. I say that because we're going into a really big weekend here. Might be a wet weekend, might be a dry weekend. I don't really even know what's coming, but this is a huge weekend to continue to take advantage of. Everybody's had very different weeks, I'd say, this week. Some people are feeling like they're starting to get into the groove and things are really starting to kind of work out. Other people are still fighting and grinding and trying to figure out their way there. But an optimistic view is going to allow you to take advantage and put the time in that you need to this weekend. If you're optimistic about it, you're going to put the time in. If you're pessimistic about it, there's almost like a why bother. So again, talk to people, call me, call your coach, call whoever you need to, not necessarily for a pep talk, but to if you're in that, you know, that mindset that it's not going to matter or have an impact, talk to somebody who is putting in the time and is having an impact. It's going to help everybody in the long run. So I hope everybody had an awesome week. I hope you've had a great Friday. I hope you have some phenomenal plans to go out and take advantage of this weekend. And I guess very fittingly, attitude's everything. Momentum's always happening. Have an awesome rest of your Friday night, and we'll talk to everybody tomorrow. Take care.